We are so excited to be here. This is Fräulein Meats and Sweets. It's a super food truck where you can experience authentic German cuisine. We are thrilled to be here. How exciting.
Thank you for coming, Jackie.
Thank
you so much. Hi, guten Tag. Definitely our best seller and usually people's favorite is a traditional Jägerschnitzel. Jägerschnitzel is if I translate it, a hunter's meat cutlet.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pound the chicken. I already went and cut it, the chicken breast. We're gonna pound it so it gets nice and tender. And we're gonna bread it and we're gonna fry it up. The first thing you can do is we're gonna beat our eggs. And those eggs actually come from our own farm. You can see by the color, I like it there.
The color's beautiful.
Oh yeah, vibrant orange. The only seasoning that goes in there is actually some salt and pepper. All the other taste comes from the eggs, the flour, and the breadcrumbs.
Is that okay?
And the meat itself. Yep, that's
all right.
perfect. After you add the salt and pepper, we're just gonna give it another whisk.
You tell me what you think is good.
Go ahead. A little bit more.
Okay.
All right, that should be good.
And pepper?
Pepper it up, yep. And that's perfect.
Great.
We're gonna give it another quick whisk.
Oh, alrighty.
We wanna make sure they're not too thin yet. I always put a little foil on top because the meat likes to just explode when I start pounding them.
And that makes it nice and tender,
Yep,
right?
that does. Now you can go ahead with the first piece. You're gonna put it in the flour, both sides. Yep, we wanna make sure it's completely flour covered. Perfect.
All right.
Next on, we're gonna put it in the egg container.
Alrighty.
And then you wanna just shake off a little bit of the excess egg.
Okay.
And last step,
All right.
breadcrumbs. And those are just plain breadcrumbs. There's no seasoning to them.
Okay.
All the seasoning comes from the eggs and the salt and pepper. All right.
Right, we're ready for the fryer.
Now we're just gonna place them right in here. So we actually use peanut oil.
Okay.
It's just a better taste.
Yes.
It really
now, how
does.
long do they normally would have to stay if you're making this at home?
2-3 minutes.
Okay.
So you will tell they kind of float and the color. It's like a golden, crispy color of the breading.
Perfect.
And then meanwhile, I'm gonna put the fries in.
Well, it looks great, and there are the fries and the schnitzel, but
Yep.
there's one more step.
One more step, and that's our Jäger sauce. So I went ahead and I already prepped it because it actually takes quite some time.
Right. Now, what
And
is
I figured,
that exactly?
So the Jäger sauce, what I did is I started some white onions and then we added some mushrooms and I just let them cook a little bit. I added the mushroom juice from the can.
Right.
And I let them just sit in their own juice for a little bit. What I did is I added some water and then a combination of chicken and vegetable broth. All my ingredients do come from Germany, so I'm not even trying to ever use any broth out of a store here.
Right. It's
I know
very
it works.
authentic.
Exactly, I know it works. I know the seasoning
Yes.
is just right. To finish it off, I always add a little bit of heavy cream. That gives it that little light color for the gravy. And then one more step, mayonnaise.
Okay.
People sometimes
Wow.
look at me funny when I tell them
Yes.
they have to eat their French fries with mayonnaise, but it's really good. And another one is that I have today is curry ketchup. I sometimes explain it as it's a German-style barbecue sauce.
Oh, okay.
So you get to try it today. And
Awesome.
that's it.
Great. Well, now we're very excited because, of course, the colder weather is here and we're looking for that comfort food, and you have some German
Yes,
comfort food,
exactly.
right?
So this is by far one of mine and my husband's favorite meals. And we get it every time we go to Germany. My mom makes sure she cooks it at least once for Christmas.
I love it.
It's Rouladen. So what Rouladen are is, we have our very thin cut top round.
Okay.
This comes from a local farm as well. I'm gonna have you make one as well.
All
so,
right.
I'm gonna show you what I do and you just copy me.
Okay.
The first thing we do is, we're just gonna salt it very slightly. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pepper it as well. Pepper, you can be a little bit more generous. We're gonna add mustard. So this is a extra spicy mustard. It just gives it, it's not spicy at all, the end result, but
Right.
it just gives it a nice little
Nice.
kick.
And I
So-
noticed that's German as well.
Yes, yep. All my mustards also come from Germany.
Okay.
What I like to do, I just take a teaspoon and I spread it all over the meat here. We're just gonna add some onion. Especially with the onion, you do not need to be cheap. I like to add a lot of onion because it cooks quite long, so some of them will be completely cooked away.
Nice. And then you'll get all that flavor, right?
Yes.
In the meat. That'll be
Ends
so
up
good.
right in the meat and in the gravy later. Next, we got our pickles. Same thing. They actually come straight from Germany.
Nice.
They're little dill pickles. And then last, Mettwurst. So Mettwurst is, you can compare it with the Kielbasi. It's a smoked meat.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So this comes from my German butcher shop, the Alpine. They're located in Hohensdale. So now the most difficult part is we're rolling it up. So just take the end piece and we're just gonna make sure everything stays in there. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. That's where the word Rouladen
Easy for you to
comes
say.
from.
Here
we go, you got it. Yours is huge, but it will be very good. So now to close it and keep it in place, we're gonna take our little pick and just try to stab it through here because they will be cooked just like this.
This is really different.
Yep. And now we're gonna turn on the stove and we're gonna cook them in butter and oil, a butter and oil mixture I have. And we're gonna cook it for about, we brown it. So it probably takes about 10-15 minutes. We brown it from each side. Then we're gonna deglaze it with some red wine. Today I'm gonna use the Sangiovese, I hope I pronounced that right, from the Honey Hole Winery.
Perfect.
And then we're gonna add some broth and make a nice gravy out of it and let it cook for about an hour.
Well, this looks absolutely delicious. Why don't you tell us about what else you have on the plate
What's
here?
going on here, right? So we have apple red cabbage, lily red cabbage, and they add some apples. And then we have our dumpling. So this is a pure potato dumpling. And then you dive right in and you make sure you combine all the flavors.
Why don't you tell everybody a little bit more about your food truck, and you also do catering, which is
Exactly.
great.
So we are closing for October since we're gonna have our first baby.
Yes, congratulations.
So thank you. So for November and December, we open for catering. So anyone can reach out to us, and then we're gonna be reopened for the winter. So first time we're back in November, we're gonna be back at the Honey Hole Winery, and in December we're gonna be at a few Christmas markets and back at the Honey Hole Winery. So the food truck's name is Fräulein German Meats and Sweets. So far we only have a Facebook, but even if you don't have a Facebook, you have access. You just Google it and you can access the Facebook.
Thank you so much. We had so much fun today, and we really appreciate you taking out the time.
Awesome. Thank you for coming here.
It was great. And danke.
Bitte schön. Tschüss.